built in the 1850s.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's way old,
Yeah.
you know, before Minnesota was a state. Help me out, it was a mortuary downstairs for a while.
Well, that'll be fun.
We've had paranormals here before, and actually they've had confrontations with alleged ghosts over in the jail.
The red
Or
orb was chasing her.
actually verbal fights.
Really?
And the
Yeah.
red orb was chasing her.
There were, this one paranormal guy said there were 3 ghosts over there that were like convicts, and they were going back and forth, and then they threatened to kill him if he didn't get out of here.
And they got that, how did he, with their ears they heard that?
He did, yeah. He was hollering back and forth, and they were hollering at him.
And other people could hear the...
I don't know if the other people could hear it or not. You remember when that was, Becky?
No, I don't.
Okay. There's been all kinds of guests here over the years, and actually we took the sheets out of the booking, you know, when people write notes in there, how they enjoyed the place and stuff. We cut the ghost slips out so it wouldn't scare the other people away.
Sure.
Because some people don't like ghosts.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they
So-
kind of go, ooh.
So we
Yeah.
had to delete that out of there. So we got a big pile in
Mm-hmm.
the cupboard here with ghost slips. When I first bought the place, my granddaughter came in. We were having a picnic outside, and we hadn't even talked about ghosts. And she came in on this floor here and went inside.
She was
Yeah.
what, 2, 3?
She was 3 years old. She came running out. She says there's a little boy ghost in there.
Oh.
And I don't know if you've read any of the books that are out about this place, but there is a little boy ghost that's mentioned in the books. And apparently she met
She
him.
ran into him.
Huh.
Well, and we figure, just figuring it, I don't know if it's true or not, but just figuring it, when the Shopmullers were here, that's why I think Etta was the mother, the wife, and their one son did die here, and he was 2 or 3.
Oh, really?
And so that's
You know
why I
what his
think
name was?
they're still here. Pardon?
Do you know what the little boy's name was?
Oh, I don't know.
No. There was a girl that died upstairs, and elderly fella too. So
Crazy old guy, yeah.
there's been a few deaths on the premise, and when you're that old, stuff's gonna happen, so. Yeah, there was a girl that allegedly tried to induce a abortion with a coat hanger upstairs and bled to death.
And one of the paranormals that was here, the lady that the red orb chases her in the jail,
Yeah.
that she talked to her and asked her why she didn't cross over.
Yeah.
And she said, because my family would be so upset with what I did.
Yeah.
I don't dare. So, you know, it's, and when we've been here and I've been here by myself, you can hear them walking upstairs and you can feel the cold cylinders.
Well,
And when I stayed up in the bedroom upstairs in the overlook, it felt like someone was there. And I'm very that way. I mean, my mother and I really had telepathy with each other and with my dad too. And so I'm kind of, I've been that way. You know? And I just felt very, very protected, like someone was just watching over me. And we've had people say, you know, there were 2 ladies that stayed in the jail, and the one lady said, it felt like someone reached over and kissed me goodnight like my mother used to. I mean, and these ladies were from Pennsylvania. They hadn't read all the crazy things about here. You know, and it's just, and you can hear them walking upstairs, and I made the small bed upstairs, and the next day I went up there and I was the only one here. And you could see the outline of a body that had laid on it, the pillow and the whole deal. And I just made it and washed it so it was nice and poofy. And it's just, there's all kinds of things like that, and they move furniture in the jail.
Oh, yeah. We had a couple stay up in the balcony, in the jail. You'll see that when you go over there. There's a desk with a flop down thing on it, an old writing desk.
The slant front.
And it's got candles and stuff on top of it. And in the middle of the night, this table was moved on it's got a slate tile floor like this. It was moved across over by the stairway, and all the junk that was on top was crammed inside, and the door was flipped shut, but it wouldn't close because all the stuff was in there while they were sleeping.
That happened while they were sleeping.
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody heard anything.
No, and she got up to go to the bathroom and was truly freaked out.
Yeah.
And that the desk you cannot move by yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
it's-
you'll see it when you
It's
get
with
over
the long
there.
legs and the
Okay.
floor, it's,
The old pencil
you
wheels
can't,
and
you know,
stuff.
I mean, it's a pick up and move
So it
thing.
really would take 2 people at least
Yeah,
to,
it would,
to
it's
get
2
up.
people, yeah, it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
very heavy, but it's just on that floor, it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
But- And people over there in the jail have seen, the lady I call Etta because she keeps coming up looking the same way and it looks like her pictures. They've seen her standing on the balcony looking down at them, you know, and when I read it, I just got this flash of exactly what, and I hadn't seen Etta's picture then, of what she should look like, and by golly, it looks just like her.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think she's still here,
Amen.
you know. But there's been all kinds of stuff, and the doors open and close, and they love to play with the lights, and it's just all kinds of good fun.
Is there any certain thing that you can say or do to get them to interact at all?
No, they either feel like it or they don't.
Well, the group that was here that were having the confrontation in the jail, they get quite verbal, allegedly, and they were nose to nose, hollering back and forth, and the guys that were in the jail threatened to kill them if they didn't get out of here. I mean, they were.
We're not really the provoking type, we're.
Yeah. No.
No.
Well, that's the one where the red orb was chasing her, so, and she's been here before, and they didn't chase her the first time, I don't know why they chased her the second time. But she had a good visit with them down in the cave, too. What did she say, there's between 12 and 20 of them in this building, in the jail. So, they just don't wanna cross over.
Yeah.
They're happy here, and,
If they're happy,
yeah.
That's
and-
cool.
Yeah, and they don't do anything bad, I mean, they don't, you know, light fires or
Yeah.
anything else, and
different
I don't know
story.
what they do, but
Well,
I guess they can do
They
anything.
unplug stuff, move furniture,
Oh, yeah,
turn
turn
the
the
jacuzzi
tub
on
on, that's really
downstairs.
good, yeah.
is this the original then? Or was there ever something else here?
No,
This was
this
the
was
original,
always here,
okay.
Yeah.
and
That's
it's
it.
just,
Has the dog noticed anything?
Oh yeah, this morning, I was in the office, I was on the computer, and he's sitting there next to me, and he's growling at the kitchen, you know. "Arrrrrrr," you know,
Yeah.
and
there you
he
go.
picks up stuff, and then he went over by the gas pump in there, and he's staring in the corner like something weird.
and he's done that with me too, I've been on the computer and he's been laying beside me, and all of a sudden, he'll just get up and stand right here and do the pit bull thing, and you can tell he's looking at a person, like where you two are standing, that, you know, he's not just thinking there's a mouse on the floor or something,
Right.
but he's looking.
His attention is
Yeah,
fixed.
and he's just right, he's bouncing and just really giving it to him, and it's like, okay, Buffett, come on back here.
He's a cutie pie.
Oh, yeah, he's a sweetie. But that's happened quite a few times, is they're in here, and he can see them, or sense them, or something. And we always walk, the dog and I walk up to the park, and, right up the hill by the community center, at the old railroad station. And we've seen ghosts twice. The one time there were 2 of them, and one was bad vibes and one was good vibes, and the dog and I both stopped because it was such bad vibes, we wouldn't go up there. But it's interesting though, because
Tell me a boy.
when we've seen the ghosts up by the far corner up there of the railroad station, community center, you could totally see them. I mean, you could see
Full
the
body
body, we had a full body image, and it was a good body image. It was real white and bright, and then it sort of faded out more towards the limbs. One was very, very friendly. Buffett was fine. And then there's a mean one that he doesn't like, and he'll either stand there and bark at it, or he'll just stand there and freeze and turn around and go home. So that one has bad vibes, and I could feel it too. So it's, and I mean, we saw them, we both saw them, you know, so everybody thinks I'm nuts, but that's okay. I know what I saw. So it's, but there's just been all kinds of weird stuff that, you know, they do, and they'll steal, like, she never did find her pledge. They stole her pledge one day and it never has
They
showed
sneak
up.
stuff away from the girls that clean the place all the time.
Yeah,
It's
they
totally
just, they have a
Move
good
stuff
time.
around, unplug stuff, there's all kinds of that fun stuff.
Hang on to your car keys tonight.
Yeah. Oh, and the one up here with the cigar smoke
Oh, cigar smoke too.
in the
There's
balcony.
a alleged captain up here, like a sea captain or a riverboat captain, and you'll walk in and there'll be cigar smoke in there, you know, fragrant,
And nobody smokes
and
cigars
nobody's
inside.
there.
So we brought the humidor and you left some
Yeah,
cigars
left
and
some
stuff
cigars
for
him.
him.
Oh, that's nice.
It makes them happy, you know, you do what makes them happy. But there, it's just all kinds of weird things, you know, from them moving stuff to playing with the lights, but they're so friendly. They don't really seem to want to hurt anybody. And when you had the kids up here and the grandkids for Christmas down in the cave,
Yeah.
you could just see the white orbs were always
Oh,
around the
orbs in the
kids.
photos.
Always around the kids.
Nice.
So,
So, anyway, it used to be a boarding house years ago upstairs. There's all kinds of little rooms. I think they probably had 6 lumberjacks sleeping in each little room, cubicles. You'll see tomorrow there's like soup cans nailed to the outside of the building, and I think the plumbing used to probably drain out and go in a hole somewhere where they.
you can see on the thresholds are real worn, and the old pictures show like a trail coming before the road was in here up the hill. The trail's coming down to the door in the balcony, and then, you know, going back, you know, up to the other ones,
So,
so,
lots of history.
and lots of weird things,
Yep,
so it's,
It's rich.
that's it. So we wanna take them upstairs
Oh,
and,
sure.